hear the voice of reason.
Welcome, everybody, and thank you for joining me for another episode of Tell It How It Is, No Filter. I'm your host, Voice of Reason. So, inspired by Nephew, I ain't Snoop, but Nephew know who he is. We doing a different view today. It's not that deep, but health is wealth. So I exercise, it's not to brag. It has nothing to do with the show really. But, I don't know if you notice when I'm sitting, it's not that I'm trying to show the physique and make this a physical thing, but let's try standing because when I'm sitting, it does look different. So we're doing a little trial and error here, sitting versus standing, just to let you know the switch up. Anyway, let's get right to it. I hope everybody enjoyed their weekend. Summer is over. Summer is over. Outdoors. Get ready for hoodie season and Timberland season. My dudes. Y'all ready? Pull out those fall clothing. Get them clean. You gotta put them in the cleaners. Get them ready. Because summer's a wrap. Sorry to say. We knew that once Labor Day hit. Let's go right in. Right vibe and substance outweighs attractiveness long term. I'm reading your mind right now. Listen, how often can we talk about the same things, right? But again, the goal here is to drive the message home. So it's simple. People who aren't looking for anything serious, people who aren't thinking that much into it, it's not that deep for them. Ignore this and continue as you were. But realistically, your real search for a partner, for the one, is going to come down to right vibe and substance. We know this, we speak this all the time. Why do I have to keep repeating this? Because people are running into the same problems. They have the same complaints. And we all got the stories, fellas. How many times are you going to go after using your eyes and that's it? Using the wrong, right? And I don't stand here like I'm this perfect being, like I ain't been there. Like lust doesn't still linger. Lust will always linger. Attractiveness will matter. Eye candy is a beautiful thing. Listen, we on this earth, right? We can see beautiful things and admire it. So I'm not trying to act like robotic, like that doesn't matter anymore. I'm just saying, really look at it though. If I don't hear the complaints, then there's no need to talk about it. If more people, more guys are able to acquire what they want as far as looks and get the vibe and substance, that would be a beautiful thing if the whole world could rock out. Long term means some longevity to it, some real value in riding and dying and really working things out. Because again, if you don't care about long term, of course you could acquire attractiveness with no problem. Having fun is having fun. Feel me? I don't really know the conditions of this hoodie. Woo-wee. But when it come down to it, and as long as you have right vibes and substance, because fellas, again, it's repetitive. If you're not after this, you may not display this. So you can't get what you don't display. But for my wholesome dudes, grinding, we getting up there, right? It's time to really lock in. Or at least if you're just dating and you're not taking things serious, but it's a mature level of dating, because everyone can date with some maturity and responsibility and still have requirements, still have rules. So it's not, you know what I mean? It still can be taken serious to an account. But this is what matters. This is the meat and potatoes right here, because when we just go after Impulse. Anything you do impulsive has consequences. May not be right away consequences, but they'll eventually get there because we ain't go at it right. You know, if you that lucky lottery winner, how many lottery dudes have won the lotto playing their first time randomly? I don't know that number. But is that a common story? Do we hear that a lot? I don't even know if they're going to give us that info. But all I know is the stories of the world. It's very rare that somebody sporadically just jumped out the window and landed right. If you think you're that lucky, by all means. I'm off that. It's not being fake. It's showing you are unaffected and life goes on. Some situations don't work out, right? I don't even just mean relationship. It could be relationships. It could be friendships. It could be business partners. And, shit go left. And now, depending on how left it went, it may be awkward when you get around them again, or if you have to interact again. Any type of crossing paths. So when you go, it is what it is. You can interact for that moment that you're forced into those paths. Because sometimes, what's my phrase from back when my man was on here? Shake Dizzy. God sends the same person twice to see if you still stupid. So you could have another interaction and just play it cool and not show your hand, not show what really it is, and just, go on about it because you ain't got to really deal with them on that capacity anymore, no matter what. So surprises happen, right? You think everybody you deal with on whatever level that you don't feel you're going to come across their path again, unless you really do something to make sure that never happens, like move out the region, move out the state, bust a move like that to ensure. And even then, it's not guaranteed because don't people take vacations and see each other, run into folks out of town? So I say all of that to say, show the maturity side, It's not being fake if you come across whatever went salty and you're able to say, hello, how you doing? How's everything? All right. What we doing here with all of this? See how this ties together. Go back to right vibe and substance. Go to it's not being fake, show you unaffected. All of these are tactics and strategies to keep your stress level down. It's all about you at the end of the day. So you do what's comfortable. And if comfortability and less stress goes against these two, for example, right here, then by all means. But I know that stress is the number one killer. And if we could find ways, no matter how repetitive I get, I'm trying to lower your stress level. And at the same time, lower mine. Because I'm taking heed to these things as well as I read them and break them down for you. Do me a favor right now. Hit the notification bell at Voice of Reason NF on YouTube. Share, comment, like after you subscribe. Spread this word. I'm trying to, do the right thing. Let me throw a little scripture in real quick. The devil doesn't attack who he already owns. Hold on, that might be a new part of my segment now. The devil doesn't attack who he already owns. If you don't belong to him, he's coming for you. That's not to scare you. That means you're on the path of some good. But bring this stress level down. Don't show your hand. Don't show emotions. Don't be impulsive. As least as possible. Because again, I'm not a perfect being. I can't sit here and act like you're going to always do the right thing at every right moment all the time. But if you can just take a step back, sometimes take a second and you won't wild out and you won't do something bozo. We all be just an inch away from doing it, right? There's moments that you by yourself, you thinking to yourself. You may reminisce, good or bad reminiscing, and it might make you want to act. And that's from the least to the extremes. I'm not saying what it is specifically. I'm just saying it's taking you out of character a little bit when you reflect on your life sometimes because shit has happened. And I don't minus anybody's pains or past traumas or none of that and what it could possibly still do to you when triggered. So if we can just be calm and follow these tips, this might help us. Don't hold no bad blood for nobody. Don't try to be, the mascot for karma. Shit gonna play out. Shit gonna play out. We impatient. We just want it to happen when we want it to. Because we think that if it happens like this, we can now move on because we saw damage being done. That don't make you heal though. That don't make you good money. How does it feel? Menace to Society. Kane, his cousin Harold get killed, right? They go back, they get revenge. They kill the people who killed his cousin. What Kane said, I thought it would make me feel better. But I really ain't feel anything. So you felt like that was a job, not so much we not saying murder, but whatever karma or whatever you wish to come to somebody or whoever, and you thinking that that's what you waiting on to get past whatever's hurting you or bothering you or hindering you. But in reality, it got nothing to do with it. It's all mental. Everything is mental. So it don't even matter. So let things play out. Let things be. Easier said than done. Try to just go day to day with it. Try to understand a little bit. Maybe do breathing exercises. It's a lot of things that can be done to avoid that negativity. Because again, we want to keep the stress level down, don't we? Right? I mean, that gives you a better chance of living longer, don't it? Let's worry about your own space. And whoever's in your life now, that's important. They value you, you value them. You do what you can. Some people you got around ain't no good. They not harm, but they not good. I'm gonna let you ponder on that. They're not harmful. They may not be directly toxic. They may not be hindering you. But what is good about that relationship? What do they do? And I don't mean that they got to save you. I'm not talking about a hero. I'm just saying what's positive about having certain people in your life. And I mean like on a serious level, not just mild interactions here and there. I'm talking about who you really see as an important person. You check in or you try to get up with, hang out with, make plans with. All of these people you do this for, does it make sense? Just because they're not damaged doesn't mean they're helpful. Some people are just in space, like they're just, I don't want to say wasted space, but for your life, they might be. Not for themselves. You know what I'm saying? So take heed to that as well. Now don't go, y'all not going to blame me. Don't go doing the cutoff bonanza marathon, start cutting everybody off. That social media thing though, real quick, is a little rant. It's like, you really got to start to eliminate people. You could start with that if you don't do that in person with real live people. The people you following, right? And the people that follow you. Now, if you're like me, you have music, podcasts, things to promote, things to get out there. That's a little different, but that gets tricky. Because whoever follows me, cool. But who I follow back is like, let's start there. Why am I following? I'm at the max. Do you know that for Instagram, I think the magic number is 7,500? Like you can't follow more than 7,500 people. I don't know if that's if you're verified, blue check, whatever. But I don't know, I'm somewhere in the 9,000s now. I was over 10K in followers. So I'm like that, you follow me, I follow you type vibe. So that's how I got to the 75. But I'm sitting there like, now when I really make real business interactions and I want to follow somebody that might actually be beneficial, could help me with my pod, help with the music, I can't follow them because I'm at the max. So now I got to go back and say, who gets unfollowed? You can start there. In real life, you need to unfollow, hang out with, uninclude. Definitely. They don't belong here. It's cool. It's no bad blood. It's just what's the use? So that's just an example to show, we all need some cleaning up. Right? All right. Speaking of that with social media, online dating apps and ads are taking over toxically, eliminating real organic dating and interactions. Now, I ain't blowing nobody up specific, but I know more homeboys than not that this is the vibe for them. There's even tactics of, when you take trips and prior to the trips, you use the app, meet people, and then you're going out of town, right? Or you do it at home. It's like, it's not going to work for organically social people. They could try, and you think like it's an advantage because if you're a social butterfly and you love the interaction and you could walk up to anywhere and spark a conversation, such as myself. Friendly guy over here. I ain't even going to hold you. Maybe a little too fucking friendly, but it is what it is. I'm not going to be greedy and be like that socially and then use dating apps and ads to double my power because I feel like I'm so organic in the actual meeting of people that I ain't never need to do that. Now, that I won't really criticize if you're that type. So my fellas, salute. I'm not trying to bash you. If you social like me, you still could do the old school. You walking down the street, you walk in the store, you walk in the laundromat, and you able to introduce yourself and talk to women that way and still want to do online dating and apps. It is what it is. But I don't want us to get detached where we're so on the dating apps and ads that we don't know how to approach in real life. And I'm sure I spoke on this before as well. But it's like repetitive because I'm keep getting complaints because people going to play it cool. People are going to make it sound good. When you're able to type and text to describe yourself, to conversate with others, you can make that shit sound wonderful, can't you? You really can't make a mistake because as you typing, if you go to say some dumb shit or some shit that don't click before you send, you could go, oh, nah, I ain't mean to say I'm crazy. I meant to say I'm creative. Now that's, won't be the real replacement of the word, but you get where I'm going with it. So like, yeah, texting, typing, social media, they show their best selves. That's probably fully cap. They are nothing like that. I cook, I clean, I own a business. I'm very understanding. I'm super supportive. I always listen. I always look my best. I'm always loving. Cap. I won't just bash the ladies, the dudes too. I'm 6'5". Picture me. Let me make a fake profile right now real quick. 6'5", 225 solid. All my hair and beard is black, really. I make over 6 figures a year. Some truth, right? Daredevil will skydive, zip line, all cap. I eat all kinds of foods, exquisite, have a real open mind to tasting different cultures and foods. Cap. I own a business. I own a podcast business. Right here in my crib. You get what I mean? Like not to really put me on blast or clown me, but that's how it be. Like everybody, men and women, they all full of shit. But they know how to dress it up nice for the gram. For the dating app, should I say. They take the best. We were just talking about this. This is why I get on women a little bit. Once y'all learn, and I can't hate, Y'all learn y'all angles. Y'all know how to take pictures because you learn the angles. And so them pictures be dope. You're like, damn, she all right. She just know how to take the right angles. Yo, men, if we learn that, I think that's a little sus to learn your angles. Like guys take pictures and this is just what it is. I know men, women, they'll just be attracted and like us just because they like us. But I'm sure it has nothing to do with the pose and the position of us because we ain't on it like that. And if a guy is like that, it's like you can make sure you don't look crazy like in the face and too much gestures or non-gestures, but we're not really sitting there and making our whole profile to make sure every picture is picture perfect like women do, try to do. And again, I'm not hating on that, but this is what I'm saying. You're able to prepare instead of being spontaneous, instead of being just organic and getting put on the spot then and there. Like any questions or interactions that's asked online, you have time to think about it and put it down and answer it. But if you're face to face and get put on the spot, that's different. You got to actually think and you can't bullshit me. Get it? We got to get past that. Ladies, is your insecurity really a big deal? For you, maybe. Let's go back to this online dating and the pictures and the angles. You want me to put it on blast? I'm sorry, ladies. I'm sorry. You got a pretty face. Not much else. So all your pictures is this. You got a pretty face, a nice chest, nice breast. Your pictures is this. All your pictures, 90% of the pictures. What I give credit to, surprisingly, is the women who have not so pretty face. I won't say the words ugly. Not so pretty, but the body. They're not going to chop their face. When they show their ass, I mean, you may see less of it based on the angles. They show their ass. You know what I'm saying? And you're not really looking at the face, fellas, but they can't hide it. So they actually more gangster than the pretty girls. The pretty girls that don't really have the body they want, they show this all day, like I said, repeat. But the ones with the body, you still see the face, but they showing the body so much is a distraction. So let's go back. Is your insecurity really a big deal? Ask a non-attractive woman who has a body, what's her insecurity? She knows she's not beautiful. Or she in like huge denial. But she move around like, couldn't tell her that. And confidence is dope. Like, I'm not even criticizing or trying to shatter anybody here. Confidence is like second to time. Like time is expensive, confidence is expensive. Like if you really feel you and you could really execute that's a good look for you. Maybe time and confidence don't go in the same thing at all. But anyway, so the beautiful women who really, do you not know that, let's go back to what outweighs long term, back to vibe and substance. A pretty face, I always said that. And whether we always exercise it, and I know fellas fumble, we really, and I said this in another podcast too, the pretty face, if you're just pretty, naturally beautiful, that can't be taken from you. So now you're your biggest critic. You're your biggest critic, right? So nothing we say or I say here is going to matter. Going back to insecurity. If you're insecure about something, you're like, whatever. But my point is, it ain't a big deal. The same attention is going to come. The thing is, how's your character, your personality? How are you with that? And maybe the insecurity has nothing to do with if you get attention or not. This is what I'm saying. I'm not really going to get through here. I'm not going to really be successful because once y'all think it, that's where y'all at with it. I'm trying to tell you, if you're naturally beautiful, you're pretty, that's all that matters to the guys if you care. As long as your characteristics, your personality, you're humble, you're a sweetheart, you know what I mean? Tenderoni. But don't let the insecurity really overpower you is all, if that's possible, whatever it is. Because the thing about men, do you want to know? Can you even understand that a man's insecurity is always just battered and bruised and chastised and criticized? And we can't afford insecurity. A lot of us got it. We tuck it. It's not accepted. But women can have it. Some people may say it's not accepted, but the masses is not going to bash you for your insecurity. We got to eat it. And you know what? Eventually we go, it is what it is. And I want some women to develop that same attitude, I should say. It is what it is. You know, as a co-worker of mine's colleague, we were joking, back to the exercise thing. And he was like, I see you. I'm past that stage in my life. Now I'm not condoning. I still kind of criticize the fact that I wish he would do some exercise. And I'm not saying he don't. But he said something real. They're going to take me like this. You're a little up there. But I want him to still be healthy. So, I think he get it a little twisted with our convos about the exercise. Yeah, I want to look good and I want shit to fit right. But I care about my health too. That's like a big part of the reason I'm exercising. So I still want everybody to do it, even if they're not trying to get impressive and be in a magazine and be all cut up. I still want you to care about your health. So again, with the insecurities, we got it. We just got to ignore it. Ladies, listen to that. Men have to ignore it. I'm going to repeat it and repeat it because you need to let your shit go. Some of y'all are starting to get it because we talk about things like, and I don't want to get on my chunkier women. What we talk about? Summertime, the bathing suits. A little bit heavy to be wearing a two-piece. They could do it. You could do it. Because what kills me is some of the borderline women who may just need a little bit of toning or may just be good money. They in their heads more. But the ones who ain't got no business, I guess they like the niggas. Because we can't. What we gonna do? I joke all the time when I go on vacation, I'm out of town and it's like 90 and up or 100 degrees, and I wear my either sleeveless or wanna be shirtless. Now, I ain't no action figure, but I know some of the dudes I see do the same thing. That is some courage and confidence, I tell you. So if they could do it, I could do it. You know what I'm saying? I told a story the other day. I've always been a slim dude, way slimmer than this. I used to hate my legs. We even had a conversation about all the gym work I do with my legs, and I feel they're never going to get bigger. Well, to my liking. They have their size on it. Now as an older man, I embrace it. But there was a time that my legs was my insecurity. You know what I'm saying? And it would have to really be that scorching hot out for me to wear the shorts or shorter type of shorts. I was with the long baggy. Back when we was wearing the baggy stuff. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. I say all of that not for no sob story. I say get over it. Your beauty is right there still. Even in your flaws. Even in what you think is insecure. You shouldn't care about it. Shouldn't care about it. Do you have substance? Do you have the right vibe? Are you real? Are you a ride or die? Do you keep it clean? These things could outweigh all that. So you see how I did that? I ended with your insecurity, but how did I start? Substance and real vibes. Outweighs attractiveness. Stop with all the surgeries. Stop with who you trying to impress? You trying to outcompete other women and impress men? What are you doing? And I'm not trying to chastise you. Really, what are you doing? You don't think you're beautiful? Go look in the mirror right now. You beautiful. Go look in the mirror. What's off? Is it a big deal, really? Can you do something about it organically, naturally, if it's that much of a bother? But stop beating yourself up about it. And some of y'all carry around stink-ass attitudes because of it. Let that go too, because now you're just shooting yourself in the foot. Because if you're insecure about something and you have an attitude based on that, now no one wants to interact with you. I'm not even talking about getting a man. I'm talking about just regular people. Most of the people, I'm going to end it with a joke. Most of the people with funky ass attitudes, you be like, oh, why? I see why. You ain't got no ass. You ain't got no breasts. Your nose, you got a big ass nose. Like, all right, I don't want to really go there. Forgive. But you know what I'm saying? Cut the attitude out. You know, a smile, being pleasant. You know, you don't smile at everybody. There's creeps out here. I know. Sometimes you got to be just on guard and just real somber with it. But cut the extra stink attitude, though, because of this insecurity. I know that. And you'll get much further. You understand? So that's it. Till the next time, you know my 3 Ps. Stay positive, stay pushing, and stay positive. Peace.